Hello, it's been a while since I've made a video of this sort. I am back at Stockton Lake because I like it here. It is always an hour drive, but I mean, it's a good hour drive. It lets you think, and kind of free your mind from the world or whatever you need to think about or not think about. Today is the beginning of July 2nd to be specific. So it's been half a year since 2023 and a lot has happened. A lot has happened. I finally graduated with my Master's of Fine Arts. So that's done. No more school forever. You might be thinking, but there's PhDs. No PhDs. Oddly enough, it wasn't that difficult. Yeah. I think the only difficult aspect for me specifically was I was trying to get my bearings into this industry again. I did start in 2020, so that was kind of a weird time. We all know what happened in 2020, and the industry was kind of slowly coming back. It was reopening, and things was kind of needed again. So I think it's kind of come back to how it used to be. 2020 definitely has changed how we do things for sure. Like every class now has a Zoom like option if they're not going to be in class, if they can't be in class, because I mean COVID is still happening, right? A lot of businesses have gone to non-offices now, so they've like kind of remote only now. So that's interesting as well. My industry can't really do that much. Maybe video editing, because a lot of jobs I see posting are video editing and it's for remote. So there's that, but that's like, in front of a computer. So obviously that counts as being remote. But like me, I do a lot of the filming stuff. I go on set, I do a lot of sound stuff on set. So I kind of need to be there. So there's that aspect. I have worked on many projects just within this 6 months. I did post-production for a feature film, so that was interesting. It wasn't a heavy-fledged feature film. It was a small horror indie film, but they had a budget and they were able to pay my, rates. So that was pretty cool. I have worked on many projects. I've literally lost count of the projects I've worked on. Like not just the projects like 6-7 years ago, but the projects also like just within this past 6 months, right? Because there's been a lot. I mean, most of them are free. They're part of school, whatever it might be. But then the other ones that I actually get paid for, like I kind of forget too, I've been working with a production company. They've been freelancing me for sound stuff, so that's been pretty cool. They're pretty cool guys. We've been doing these trips. You probably saw it if you watch my channel. You probably saw the trips I've been doing. I did get a new job. I work for a production company in town called Creative Endeavors. I am very part-time there. It was kind of a blessing. I was looking for a very part-time job so I can actually do my freelancing stuff on the side as well. So that's pretty cool. We'll see if that expands to full-time work and I can actually have like a more stable income. Because freelancing, if you know, freelancing is here or there. So sometimes you get gigs, sometimes you don't. So I did get a new camera spontaneously. I bought a new camera. It's not this one. I got the Canon R5C, which I went into the store planning to buy a lens, and then I was just like, it'll be beneficial if I actually have a camera for my gimbal, right? So the idea was for it to live on the gimbal when I'm on like weddings. So that's what I did. And I got it. And I've been using this lens with it, the 24-105 f4, because it cannot recognize my Tamron 24-70, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. But whatever, because 2 days ago I bought a new lens, the 24-70 RF version. That was way more spontaneous because about a month ago I was like, I'm good at buying new stuff now, you know, like I don't need new stuff and I can just work with what I have. But then things break. Some of my lavs are probably going bad. That kind of sucks, and I need backups for it when I need it. So there's that. And also at weddings, using f4 on like low light environment is pretty poor. So I kind of wanted to have a better option to be able to open up the aperture and get a little more light into the lens, to the sensor. So that's why I bought that. And because originally that was the plan. I was ready to buy the 24-70 RF version, but then I was like, let's just run 4 cameras on weddings. So that's what I did. Since I've graduated, things have been a little strange. I've been busy and also not busy, so I find that odd. I finished a lot of the projects I was supposed to finish, and I'm happy on that part. There's still some I need to finish, one specifically that I'll probably get done later this week, hopefully. But in between my freelancing time, I don't really do anything, so I found myself with a lot of downtime. So I've decided to start a gaming channel. Now this is just hobby. This is just like me recording stuff and just uploading it for now. I'm not planning to live stream like every week, you know, because that's not my priority. I just play games on the side whenever I'm free. And at this point, like late at night, when I kind of want to do nothing, I just decide to play video games and I'll just record it now. So we'll see if I get to the live stream part. I play Devil May Cry. So if you like Devil May Cry 5 or just Devil May Cry in general, you can check the channel out. It's called Noodle Dude 86. Right now there's only 2 videos there. So, but what's on the horizon? Yes, let's talk about the future. So, I bought a house. I'm really happy. I get to move out of this crappy apartment I've been living in for like 4 or 5 years now. So I can finally just have a place of my own, and it's pretty affordable for what we get. There's 2 floors basically. It's kind of the half, like the basement is kind of halfway under the ground, you know. And the first floor or regular floor, the main floor is like above ground. I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it. But then that's actually perfect for me because the garage is on where the basement would be. So the door to the basement goes right out there. So I can use that basement area as my studio, and I can load in and out gear however I want, and real simply. No more flights of stairs and all that garbage. So I finally have something that's ergonomically sound, and I can actually like organize my stuff and kind of separate the work life and life, you know, living. That's one issue that I've been having because my living room is just my studio. So if I want to live there, I kind of have this like dilemma, like I should be working, you know, instead. If I'm working, I'm like, man, I want to relax. So I get to finally separate that, at least, you know, on a location basis. But if you don't know yet, I film a lot of weddings. I do video, by the way. This isn't just an audio channel, but I want to make it more audio than video. I film a lot of wedding videos. So yesterday I just did a wedding video that was very extravagant. It was wonderful. I had a great time there. And they pulled out all the stops for this wedding because the mother of the bride was like this high up person within the wedding venue scene. So it was pretty cool. I work for a company so far, but working for a company, if you ever done that before, like if you ever been contracted to like a company for weddings or maybe other stuff, but specifically weddings, it's not odd, but it kind of creates this disconnect almost with you and the couple. And I think that kind of sets this barrier where I'm unable to like connect with the couple and like understand what they want, you know, and know who they are. And I kind of want to do that a little more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, or my business right now, which I've called it KT Sound and Video, I'm going to make that an event videography type business. I'll still do sound stuff, obviously, but for the video side, I'll focus more on event videography because I really like it. I've done a lot of events just within like past few years, and I think it's what I should be doing. I mean, I really enjoy weddings, so I should be doing that, right? So I'm gonna do that. Of course, there are like money reasons as well why I want to do it. We don't really get paid a great amount. I'm sorry if you guys are watching this, the people who I work for, but I think you guys kind of know that already. But I am ultimately grateful that they hired me. I like them. They're super cool. You know, there's nothing wrong with them. They're nothing shady, because there's a lot of shady wedding companies out there, and these guys aren't it. So I'm happy they took me in, and I was able to kind of create my portfolio again for the wedding stuff. So that's what I'm going to be, you know, working on. So recently I've been releasing videos of the behind the scenes of the gigs I've been on, and I assume that's been doing very well. I don't look at the analytics on this channel. I don't look at analytics at all, really. But this channel I should start looking at more, just because I mean, this is the channel that I created randomly. I wanted to make something where I could put whatever type of videos I wanted, right? And then it just kind of turned out into this. So that's what this is now, I guess. More audio focused videos. And I guess my portfolio YouTube page, who knows? We'll see. We'll see if I create another page for that. I already manage enough YouTube pages. We'll see if I want to do that. But I assume those videos have been doing well. I do enjoy doing it. I do feel like it can be of some value. Sound is not as exciting as like the video side of things. So I understand that it's the same thing kind of over and over, and the gig is kind of more the interesting part. But I try to make it as interesting as possible, especially since I don't like buy new gear, or I'm not going to buy new gear for a long time. So hopefully that does well. Surprisingly, I have like 800 subscribers right now. That's kind of weird to me. I think last time I looked at it, it was like 400. So for those of you subscribing, thank you. I didn't expect this channel to like grow at all, really. My main channel, DJ KT Man, that has like, I don't know, it has a lot of subscribers. So like, I'm not surprised with the numbers. It's just this specific channel, like, I didn't expect the numbers to be what it was. So thank you for that. But today is unplanned at Stockton Lake here. I just decided to come here because it's a nice day. It's not that hot. It's been really hot like past week. So when I went outside, I was like, oh, it's nice. And the clouds are beautiful, you know, the skies are nice too. So I was like, I need to take advantage of this weather now before I can't. So that's why I'm out here. And I'm kind of surprised others aren't, but I suppose they won't be in Stockton Lake. They'll probably be outside at a park somewhere in the city, whatever, or just outside of their house. So, yeah. It is July 4th weekend. I guess it's weird because July 4th this time lands on a Tuesday. So people are probably chilling. I think they did fireworks yesterday around somewhere. So they probably don't really care about it anymore. Who knows? We'll see. Like I said, this isn't planned. I'm not gonna be recording any ambience or any audio or anything like that. I just thought I'd come to Stockton Lake and kind of enjoy the weather, because I've been kind of forced to be outside in the heat. And when I choose to volunteer, to be outside, I'd rather do that than be forced to be outside. 'Cause yesterday's wedding was pretty hot. Uh, we were technically inside a building, but there was no AC, and it's like an outside. So it's like it's a greenhouse, essentially what it was. It wasn't as hot as a greenhouse, thank goodness, but but it was pretty cool. It was interesting, and it was beautiful. It's a new building section to that venue, so it's pretty cool. So talking about the new house, I think I will recreate a studio, recording studio specifically, because I've been trained in all this stuff, and I feel like it's kind of going to waste. I mean, I am still a sound guy, right? But I've become a sound guy for films now, and I do enjoy the recording side of studio work. So I think I will create a studio within this new house to kind of reignite this business. I was trying to create it a while ago, but I kind of just, it was like more hobby, and I was just like, I just kind of want to do it, right? And I didn't really push to make it a business. So this time it's gonna be pushed as a business more, and hopefully it can gain some traction, because I have all this knowledge, like I said, and it's just kind of been wasted. It is a shame. I did sell basically all my microphones, like I think a year ago, probably 2 years ago, because they're just kind of sitting there for a long time. I thought to myself, I kind of went into the film side of things, so maybe I shouldn't be doing the studio anymore. But with this opportunity, I think it's worth giving it a shot. And I got to think more than just music, right? Because back in the day, it was music, and there's more to recording studio than just music. Because like a buddy of mine, he said that there's a cappella groups that kind of need it, you know, they want to record into a studio of their, you know, singing. And I was like, that's interesting, you know, like even though that's part of music, I never thought of that side of music, you know. And there's ADR, you know, I could set up an ADR type station, people can come record, you know, what it might be. Because the new house, based on when we looked at it, it was kind of raining those days, so it's kind of hard to determine, but it's pretty quiet there. It's a quiet neighborhood, so I think it's worth doing. I probably can't do drums, we'll see, because drums are always loud, and it, you know, it's kind of a terrible situation when it comes to drums. So, but then I will open it up a little bit if it's possible. So there's some opportunity again, back in the sound world. Speaking of the sound world, I have kind of gone full circle into like back to where I kind of started this media industry adventure. Like I said, my main channel is DJ KT Man, and I've kind of jumped back into that world, the breakbeat world, Asian breakbeat, to be very specific. So I've kind of looked into that and kind of focused some of my energy into that, because it's still a very hardcore passion of mine. I really love that genre, and I felt like it died too quickly. And those who are still doing it, which is just a few now, I feel like they are trying to keep it strong too. So I kind of would like to, you know, do that again. It is all free, essentially. So like, I don't get money from it. I don't monetize that channel because I couldn't, because very specific reasons. You know exactly if you go look at it. But then like, it's kind of a hardcore passion of mine. So I kind of want to reignite that and kind of make it strong again. I tried in 2020 when I was remixing songs again. I tried to make this series called Let's Remix a Song, but then that was a little too much work. So I just kind of I stopped that, and I decided to kind of just remix songs anyways. but sometimes I go live on it, and it won't be live all the time, but then like every time I go live, that's what I want to do, because there really isn't another reason for me to go live on that channel. The Let's Remix a Song series, I think that's pretty cool, but then like there's a lot of work to it. Like I said, I need to set up cameras, lights, everything. Remix a song, kind of like also like talk to the audience as well, because like, you know, if it's just me sitting there being silent and doing my stuff, it's kind of boring. So there has to be some sort of activity that's happening at the same time. And then once I'm done with that, I have to like put it together, I have to edit it, and it's just like all this extra work that I don't think I need to do, right? It takes the creativity off the actual remixing song a little bit more, because I'm more worried about making that video rather than actually trying to remix the song. So I will be doing that. That's a good thing. I do think this full circle thing is kind of a good way to go, because I tried making movies, and in the end there's no actual like money to it, which is a shame, and it just kind of sucks, right? And in the end I kind of dislike working on movies. I've been on a few movie sets recently, and it's just been kind of, not a few, quite a lot actually, a few paid. It's just been kind of frustrating, like when you kind of sit around and wait, which that's not that bad, but then like I have to kind of be in tone with what's happening all the time, and I can't really relax that much. Like I have to make sure I know how many people is talking and whatever, so I can set my stuff up properly, and I don't want to like annoy the directors or anything like that. Even though they're nice people, they accommodate to what I need. It's still like a struggle, right? And it always goes out of budget, out of time, you know. So there's that struggle, and I probably won't pursue making movies anymore. I might, if I decide to make a feature film, I might. Who knows? But then it's like, we'll see, right? Because like I said, there's no real money into it, and it's kind of hard to tell like potential investors like this movie will be great, because that's how the movie industry is. You kind of have to convince them that this is going to make money in some way. So we'll see what happens. So that's why I've gone kind of more the commercial route of the film side of things. Event videography I really like a lot. Like I said, I'm willing to do commercials. I'm willing to do like other stuff, like documentaries I'm actually okay with. But movie side of things, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. So what's next? That's a good question. I do have those plans, the business plans. I do have some work in the fall of semester. I am going to be teaching 2 classes, so I will have some steady income in regards to that part. So that's kind of good. I made sure that I wasn't going to have like no money. That sounded weird. I made sure that I wasn't going to have no money. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Will the sound vlog still be made? I don't know. It's kind of hard to go and record stuff in this area where I live. It's kind of weird just having a camera out and filming something. Just every time you have a camera out, they're like, "Oh, you doing something? A project? Blah 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 blah." So it's kind of like, it kind of sucks, right? But then like I will probably try to create more audio vlogs, or yeah, sound vlogs, recording vlogs. I recreated my case. If you saw that video, I changed it up ever since I made that video. I no longer have the PS1A in it. That's actually barely used, unfortunately. I've added more room for more mics. I got 2 more mics and I have room for 2 more mics that I plan to get, stereo pair. But I just haven't done it yet because I kind of don't need it yet. I would like to. Instead of buying this lens, I should have just bought that, right? I was kind of ashamed of myself for buying this lens. But I kind of needed this lens, so it's kind of a weird balance between sound and video. When you're doing video work and that's your priority, you just kind of have some sound stuff, right? Stuff that will get you by, that will work for whatever project it is. You know, it's usually probably interviews or whatever. But if you're a sound person that also does a lot of video work, the money, it's a weird distribution that you have to set the money at. Sound stuff, I have to have a lot of stuff in order to be a sound person. The recorder, the certain type of wireless transmitters and receivers, certain type of sound quality on my microphones, whether it's lav mics or shotgun mics or whatever. And then like just bringing it, and then like wind protection and stuff like that. And lav mics, they kind of break a little more than you might expect. So I kind of have to keep that in mind all the time, which sucks because like lav mics are not cheap. At least good ones are. I mean, the video side of things. So I need like good video stuff. I need probably lights, you know, whatever, especially if I do weddings. I need like more than 1 camera at least. Like 2 cameras, in my honest opinion, is like the minimum for weddings. So, and I have 4 of it, so I kind of got lucky there. So, and I've created this like ecosystem of my wedding audio stuff that has, I've used money for it. I'll create a video of that because that's going to be a very detailed video that I want to make sure it's a good video. It's not just going to be a random vlog of me like, yeah, this is what I have. So I'll do it at the new place where it better look good. But that's probably going to be it for me for this video. I've said a lot. I kind of don't want to make a lot of videos where it's just me talking and not showing anything, but this video is kind of that because I'm not really doing any activities. This is just kind of a random video I wanted to make and I've just made it, right? So I'm probably gonna walk a little bit the trail and then just walk back and go back home because unfortunately I always have work to do and I always choose the weirdest time to make random vlogs all the time. So that's that. If you've listened this far, thank you. If you are a subscriber that subscribed because of my audio gig vlogs, thank you. I will create more of that. I have one coming up. I haven't edited yet, so I will create that. It's hard to create video vlogs, especially for weddings, because like I can't film everything I'm filming, so it's kind of hard to do that in that aspect. So I probably won't continue the video gigs that much unless I have like someone dedicated that can do that for me. So, but that's the plan for this channel. Thank you for listening to this and have a good day.